Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Maddie, and I'm here with another YouTube video. I'm in the van for once filming, as you can tell. There's not much room in here, but I decided, you know what, it's never going to be a good time to film a video, so why not just film one now? And no, I am not claustrophobic in here. I know a lot of people, like when I'm watching other van lifers, they're always like, oh my gosh, how do you sit there? Or is that uncomfortable? Guys, I live in my van. I still live in my van. I mean, of course, I have cheat times because I can sneak in my parents' house and rest in there, but I do sleep in my van full time, and I also usually drive my van out and go like nap at places or hang out at places in my van, so technically I still live in the van. This is how it usually is. My bed's back here. You guys can see I've got plenty of room. I actually have room for two. Come join me. I'm kidding. Fun fact, it's actually a queen size bed, so I have plenty of room back there. But up here, it is my cabinets in the way, so it looks really tight, but I swear it's not. Today's video is very exciting because guess who stopped by her bank? Got all of her 15 million statements, 2021 all the way to 2022 of January. Because I was traveling in the van that time, and I have all my statements right here that I spent, and I also have my statements from before September for when I bought the van and renovated the van. I carefully looked over all these statements that I had from the bank, and I added up the gas, the groceries, the van, how much it costs to renovate, how much insurance cost and all that. So you guys, if you're ready to hear all the numbers and how much I spent, stay tuned. And before we get started, I do want to let you guys know that I did all this myself. I paid for the van myself. I bought the groceries. I renovated the van myself. I did not have any help from my parents, my grandparents, nobody ever helped me with anything, which I'm very happy for it because I can be very independent. But I want you guys to be kind in the comments and not be like, she's so spoiled and stuff like that, because I hate those comments. Like, I work so hard. I've literally had a job since the day I was able to work, and I've worked all my life so far. So please do not judge the things that I work really hard for. Just know that I worked hard for all this, the renovation, the van, and everything, and I'm going through the numbers because I want to share them with you guys if you guys are interested in buying a van, renovating it, and traveling the whole country with it. Without further ado, let's get on to some numbers. I want to start off with the van. I worked throughout the whole summer of 2020 when COVID was going on with the hopes of buying a van in 2021. I'll give you a hint, it worked. I actually ended up finding my beautiful van after searching for it for about 3 months. I was searching on the Facebook market just to buy the van, which was in April of 2021. I found this gorgeous, gorgeous baby, which was not renovated. I can show you guys the footage here. It was not renovated and not ready to live in because it was kind of smelly and gunky and it had mold in the fridge and a lot of bad things. But I found it for a phenomenal deal, so I bought the van for a total of $8,500, which was not bad and still isn't bad considering I live in it pretty much full time now. Now, she was selling it for more at the time, but I pointed out some issues and we talked about it, and the generator didn't work 100%, so she brought down the cost and everything worked awesome. And then renovation. So unfortunately, the cabinets in here were like a super dark color, and then there was some mold damage in some of the corners behind me. There was some mold damage behind the quilting and everything, so there was a lot of mold curing and then painting going on. There was a ton of painting, and I also had fixed the refrigerator, which had a giant crack in it and kept leaking out the cold air, so it was like wasting so much of my propane. And also we had to fix the flooring because underneath the flooring there was mold underneath the tiling that used to be in here. So with that all being fixed, it ended up being a total of $328 for a renovation in here. I know, you guys are like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of money. but it did make the place very pretty and happy. Like, this is my happy place now, my bed, my white cabinets, and I absolutely love the layout of the flooring. Everything I wanted and I got, and it's such a small place. Like, my van is so tiny, guys, that I can make this my happy place, and it's just awesome. So the engine and then the alternator, the tires, all that. The tires did not need to be replaced, but a lot of things inside the engine we had to prepare the van for this big trip. So we ended up spending around $400 in repairs for the engine and oil and all the fun stuff that goes into running a van. Before I went on the road, I had to get a few insurances to make sure that I would be safe out there on my own. So I went ahead and bought AAA, which is a very popular business for cars where you can buy like a membership and they can come and pick you up or fix your tire, or if you lock your keys out, for a lower price than anyone else, but you do have to be a member, so you have to pay a membership fee. So for 4 months on the AAA, I spent $175 for 4 months on their premium RV plan, which was amazing because I can like go travel anywhere, and if something happens to me, all I gotta do is call up AAA and ask them to come help me with my tire or tow me to a shop. So that was definitely worth it. I never actually ended up using it, but just having the calmness of knowing that like if I break down here, somebody can come get me and I'm not spending a ton of money in the back of my mind was totally worth the $175. And then second was I had to have insurance on the van. Because this van is a 1993, I was not able to match insurance with anyone to have full coverage on the van. But I did get full coverage. If I hit someone, they're fully covered, or if my windshield breaks or if a deer runs into me, they can fix it up to a certain amount of repairs. So my insurance was very cheap, but over 4 months, I ended up spending $283.40 on insurance. Thankfully, I never had any problems with hitting people or people hitting me. I did have a few road rage incidents, but I didn't hit anybody. I wanted to, but I didn't. So when I'm on the trip, gas was the biggest expense, as you can tell. Gas, then groceries, but gas, I'll give you guys a minute to guess. 4 months worth of gas in the van, which is a 50-gallon tank. It was a total of $4,756.47. Yeah, I know. It makes me sad knowing that I didn't travel in my van during the pandemic of 2020 when gas was like $1.67. But I also really enjoyed the time I did travel because things were open again and people weren't wearing masks and you didn't feel shamed for traveling. So there was other small expenses on the trip that you wouldn't quite think of. I had to have a gym membership to take showers and try to do a little bit of exercise. When you're traveling for like 12 hours a day, you need to get out and walk around. But what I would do is I would join Planet Fitness and I would do their Black Card membership, which was the like premium best package. But I could go to any Planet Fitness in all of America and take a hot shower. So that was so amazing. And that was a total of $92.24 for 4 months of Planet Fitness Black Card, which was phenomenal because I'm telling you, after driving for 10 hours and then knowing I can just walk an hour on the treadmill, hop in a hot shower, and then come out and sleep in their parking lot, that was the best. So when I wasn't using Planet Fitness to take showers and stuff, I would sometimes, very rarely, but I would sometimes get hotel rooms or campsites. Now, campsites were more so like California, where there is absolutely no place you can park for free. They're very strict out there near Los Angeles. So if you don't get like a Camp Koa or some kind of campsite, you're gonna get called on from the cops so many times. Like literally, I got woke up like 3 times one night in California asking to move from one place to another, and I was just like so irritated because I was tired of driving, and I was halfway asleep every time, and then the officer would just knock on the door and be like, hey, you need to move, and it was just so irritating. And towards the end of my trip, when I got so tired of the van, like I got sick of being in the van, I started getting hotel rooms. For campsites and hotel rooms, it was a total of $928.29. So not terrible, but it is almost $1,000 for campsites and hotels. But I also had to pay for a data plan, which would have my phone fully covered with unlimited data, so I could talk on the phone, watch videos or anything unlimited, and just have that confidence and comfortableness knowing that I'm not gonna run out of data in the desert. So that was $100 for 4 months. I only paid $25 a month, but I am on my family plan, so I got away with that a little bit. And then the last thing I want to tell you guys about, which was the groceries and eating out. So this one's a little high. I want you guys to know this is not how I usually eat. It's because when I was in New Mexico, I wanted to try Mexican food. And then when I was up in Maine, Portland, Maine, I wanted to have Maine lobster. I mean, come on now. I want the experience with the adventures, so I did splurge on eating out, and then I often would just on the weekdays or whenever I was traveling state to state, just making like whole day driving, I would eat like rotisserie chicken, and then I would always like get a McDonald's coffee in the morning. From all that, I ended up spending $2,481.29. Honestly, the food was a big part of the experience as well as traveling, so I really did enjoy that. I have the list right here, from the data plan, the insurances, the gas, all the cards, the memberships, the campsites, the food, buying the van, renovating the van, and engine repairs. We spent a total of $18,038.69. Oh geez, I wonder why I don't have a savings. So when I read that number too, I was just like, oh. I really couldn't believe I actually spent that much, but then again, I was almost expecting me to spend more because I left with 20 grand in the bank, so I actually still had a little bit of a savings when I came home. It cost a lot to travel and buy a van, renovate a van, live in a van. I mean, it is pricey. A total of 18 grand. Would I do the van trip again? Absolutely, 100%. I learned so much, and I became, I want to say I really found myself from doing van life, but I know that sounds very cliche, but I really do believe that I found a part of me that I hadn't discovered beforehand. It taught me a lot, and it was totally worth the money. I had worked 2 years for that money, and it was sad spending it all. Like, not all of it, but it was sad spending a good part of my savings. It was also the thing in the back of my head saying, if I don't do this van trip, I'm gonna think about for the rest of my life. Thinking about I never did it, what I could have done, how much potential I had. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was a great experience, and I would do it all over again if I had the chance to. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, so please hit that bell button and subscribe if you don't mind. It would mean the world to me. I have other socials listed down below that I post on more often. I have an Instagram, and I'm also uploading shorts on YouTube now, so you click on the shorts tab and you'll see the stuff I've been posting. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!